There's one single piece of advice that is consistent amongst all sleep researchers and all sleep experts, and that is to have a consistent rising time and bedtime, meaning you wake up at the same time every day and you turn out your lights at the same time every night. And this can be incredibly frustrating in our modern day society where we essentially have control over light. We almost essentially have control over the sun in that regard. However, routine is a very powerful tool for health and wellness in many ways. I mean, imagine if the sun did actually change its schedule every day and decided to go down at 5 p.m. on some days and 6 p.m. on others. That would be incredibly frustrating for us. Just as frustrating as the spring forward time change, where you change all your clocks and put them an hour ahead, meaning you have to get your stove clock aligned with your car clock and the fancy clock up on your wall. They all have to synchronize, and it's just 1 hour, right? And it's just a few clocks, but everyone I know groans when it's time to do that. I want to tell you that in your body, you have 3 trillion clocks. In fact, there was a Nobel Prize awarded for this, and it showed that we have one main master clock in our body, and then every single cell in the body has a clock, and it synchronizes off that master clock. And do you know what the master clock synchronizes off of? The sun, or our exposure to light. However, our bodies do sense the rhythms of the earth, the moon, and the sun as well. So when we change our exposure to light from day to day, it shifts many hormones and processes in the body. One main one is melatonin. That's the sleep hormone, and many people supplement with it, but your body actually produces it, and it produces it more effectively and more strongly when you keep your bedtime consistent. Another one is cortisol. This is the mechanism that wakes us up in the morning. Thanks to cortisol, we wake up every day. Cortisol starts rising while you're still sleeping, and when it hits a certain point, it wakes you up. Unfortunately, a lot of us get startled out of bed by alarm clocks, but there is a natural mechanism to wake you up every day. And so if you start waking yourself up at the same time every day, then you can get that cortisol back on rhythm and wake up naturally and with less fatigue in the morning. Other mechanisms that are on a routine and they prefer to be on a routine are your blood pressure, heart rate, digestion. It goes on and on and on. Every single one of these mechanisms is trying to catch a metaphorical train every day, and they get really off balance when there's no posted schedule. I mean, imagine if you were trying to take a bus or a train somewhere and there was no schedule. It just showed up whenever it felt like it, and you just had to be there waiting for it. That's kind of how your body feels when you change your wake up time and bedtime from day to day. So I know from working with lots of people that this can be incredibly overwhelming to hear. I know for myself, it was really frustrating when I learned that this was a reality of the body, because I, like many of us, just wanted to be on my own schedule. However, it causes a lot of consequences. And when your body is on a routine and on a rhythm, you can get deeper sleep. You'll have more energy for the things you want to do during the day, and so it's well worth the effort to work toward a more consistent sleep schedule. Now, I know it can be daunting to get there at first, especially if you are going to bed at like midnight on the weekends and going to bed at like 9 on the weekdays. So just try and inch those times closer together, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. You can you could use a sleep journal if you need to figure it out. Many people, when they use a sleep journal, then they can really see what's going on, and you can see, oh, okay, I'm waking up pretty close to the same time every day, but it's off by like an hour or so. And it's ideal to keep that time within like 5 minutes, honestly. So, but just work your way there. If you are like 3 to 5 hours off of the same time, just try to get it closer to 3 hours, then try to get it closer to 2 hours so that you're waking up within a couple hours of the same time every day, and then going to bed at the same time every night. And of course, you want to leave enough time between the time you wake up and the time you go to bed, or the other way around. You want to leave enough time to go to bed so that you get enough sleep before you wake up. So if you need 9 hours of sleep, making sure you go to bed in time to get that. If you need 7 hours, whatever that number is that you're looking for. So look at your earliest rising time. So if during the week you have to get up at 6 a.m., I recommend making that your time for the whole week, and then set your bedtime maybe 10 p.m. so that you get 8 hours, or 9 p.m. if you want a little more than 8 hours. And just try to really inch it in. Let me know if I can help at all. There's lots of other resources on this page, also in our Sleep Fitness community group. And you can check me out on Instagram too. I post things there as well. Let me know how it's going, and good luck with your sleep timing journey.